Hey guys, welcome to Ice Climbers for the NES. Just doing a bit of a random retro game today. My apologies for the lack of content. It's been a crazy couple of weeks and months. I've had a lot on, and I find it pretty difficult to stick to like a routine, to a rota, to a schedule. You know, I find it pretty difficult. But I'm not gonna make any promises like I did in the Zelda video. I'm just gonna do what I can. I have got hopefully a new Game & Boy review coming out soon. It's just a lot of work, and it's just me doing it. It's one of those things. But anyway, we're here today to talk about Ice Climber and a couple of other gaming things in the world, and yeah, we're just gonna chat about a couple of things. So I recorded this a couple of months ago. I recorded this around the same time as I did some of the other random retro games, and I didn't really enjoy playing it too much, if I'm honest with you. I found it pretty... It's one of those games which is much more fun to watch than it is to play. I can understand the mechanics behind it. Is, you know, they made it so you slide, and that's fine. But it became really frustrating after a while. I just couldn't get used to them. I mean, it's a good game. It's a good game, and I think it is fun. And I love the character designs. I love the art style. I think, you know, it's one of those things that's probably up there with like Mario stuff as being a retro game, but it is quite frustrating as well. It hasn't got the flow that like something that Mario does, that Mario has rather. It's pretty slippy slidey, and the jump mechanic is so frustrating. But yeah, I mean, it is really fun to watch, and I'm watching it now. I haven't probably recorded it like 2 months ago, but I'm watching it now, and I'm like, okay, this actually doesn't look too bad. But yeah, it's pretty fun. I'd recommend giving it a go, just to get a feel for it. Maybe if you enjoy retro games, that is like, and you haven't played it, and you play stuff like Mario or Sonic. I mean, give it a go, just because why not? Why not? It's there. It's a pretty decent game. It's just got frustrating controls. But there's a lot of games that come out that are AAA now that have frustrating controls. It's an alright game, not a great game, but it is part of the history of gaming, and you know, and it looks cool, and the music's awesome. The music's just awesome. Got that like rocking beat, not so much here, but at the opening screen. But yeah, it's awesome. So I reckon let's have a little talk about some like the game and stuff that's going on. So the Atari announced a new console a couple of weeks ago. So I haven't really read up on it since then, since the like announcement, because I don't think anyone was sure whether it was like a retro style one or if it was going to be a AAA title kind of console to try and compete with PS4 and Xbox and the Switch. But it looks like it's going to be Atari's answer to the NES Classic. So it's going to be 8-bit, involving a lot of the traditional games. Just on a little read of the article now, actually. About nearly 25 years since they last released a console, and that was the Jaguar, which was just a massive flop. Like it was poor in a lot of ways, unfortunately. But it's one of those things that happened a lot in the 90s. Is I think a lot of companies, not just in gaming in general, companies try very hard to make things cool, and in doing so, a lot of the time they ended up ruining the actual console, the actual product itself. So the Jaguar, I think it had the really weird controller. I can't remember if it was the Jaguar or the one before it, but I think it had a really weird controller. The cartridges on the Jaguar as well were really weird. So they had like the handle on top. It wasn't. I wouldn't call it a handle because it wasn't helpful, but that's what was on there. But yeah. So it looks like they're going to be putting on a nostalgia retro games onto this new console, which, to be honest, is a bit disappointing. But it's also kind of what I expected them to do. Because in this day and age, to come out with a new console to rival Sony's PlayStation and Microsoft's Xbox, and Nintendo's Switch, which I think is doing actually really well compared to the Wii U, it's really difficult to bring a competitor out to those, because everyone's either Team Xbox or Team PS4, and then you have a lot of the like core hardcore gamers who have the Switch as well, who loved like Nintendo from being a kid as well. So let me just have a look at this. So So, what is it? A new Atari console that plays old games and new ones too. Yeah, so that was one of the other things they apparently are trying to do with this Atari console. Is it's going to be able to you're going to be able to create games for it. So it's going to be very homebrew heavy, maybe, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. But it'll be interesting if it'll be in the style of an Atari 2600 or 5200 or 7800. Or whether it's going to be people are going to be able to make higher graphics for it. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if it can only stay in that style or be something a bit more modern, maybe. So yeah. So apparently it'll be coming out sometime in 2018, but no official date has been given yet. Like it's just a very very like realistic guess, and I'd say probably is what we're at now. We're in mid 2017, coming into the third quarter. I'd say realistically, it's probably going to come out either summer 2018 or holiday time 2018. It's a difficult one to guess, but yeah, I'd say it's probably going to be summer, ready for when the kids fall out or from school, or it's going to be ready for the holidays at the end of the year around November, December time. It could just come out in January 2018, which isn't a bad thing, but I think it's something I will look at. So I wanted to get the NES and the SNES, but the SNES I will try and get when it comes out, but I doubt I'll be able to. And the NES is just so expensive now. The NES Classic is so expensive now to get. Pardon me. It's not worth it. I mean, I can play a lot of the games, a lot of them. I can play most of the games on my computer through the emulator, but it's still nice to have it there. It's nice to have that actual physical console. But you know, I think the reason I didn't try as hard to get this is because I've already got an NES and an SNES like originals. But with the Atari, it's something I think I might be looking into getting. I mean, what do you guys think about it, the Atari box? I mean, the design of it looks quite nice, and I think it's nice to have another retro game console / game company coming back, because it is the in thing at the moment to have the retro games, but it's also worrying. It's like the superhero film genres. It just feels like it might get a bit oversaturated. So hopefully that doesn't happen, and hopefully it's just so everyone can enjoy. Or it's something that everyone's just not going to even bother with. We'll just have to wait and see. The other bit of gaming news I wanted to talk about is Sonic Mania. So, I haven't had a chance to play this yet, due to lack of financials. But, from everything I've heard, everything I've seen, it's doing really well. Like, I'm looking at it now, so Metacritic have given it 87%. Like, fair play, they've done really well with it, and as soon as I got the money, I'm definitely going to get it, because the look of it looks awesome. It just looks like an old Sega. It looks like a Sega Mega Drive game. That's what it looks like, you know. And I think that's obviously what they were going for, and it's just seems to have done really really well. And I want to play it. I really wish I could play it right now, but I have to play it soon. Yeah, I mean, it's doing really well reviews. So there's a couple of like 7 out of 10s here, a couple of 8 out of 10s. It's just done well, which is good. It's not a bad thing. Like, Sonic definitely needs it. Obviously you got the Sonic, the new Sonic game coming out as well, which is coming out at the end of this year. Is it Sonic Forces? Let me have a look. Yeah, Sonic Forces. So that's coming out at the end of this year. Now. So okay, they've had a hit with Sonic Mania, which is great. The massive problem that Sega has is every time it has a hit with a Sonic game, it's like telling a child who doesn't normally do well at tests that, like, when he does do well at a test, to go, "Oh, well done, you're doing really well," and then you're thinking he can get away with not studying. Sega need to learn that once they've had a hit, doesn't mean they're in the clear and dry and they can do whatever they want again. It means they have to try even harder now to make sure the next game is just as good, or not, or if not better. They've done this though before. So it was with Sonic Generations. They put a lot of work, and you could tell they put a lot of time and effort into it, and it was a big success. You know, I think everyone loved having the original stages there and the 3D stages. It gave a really nice contrast, but and then they did it well with Colors as well. Colors isn't a game I've played, but everyone who I've talked to who's played it and every review I've seen has been nothing but praise for Colors. Problem is though, they then went on to do other games that were just absolutely awful. I can't remember which ones came after 06. Not 06. They came after. God, not 06. That was terrible. They came after Generations. Oh, you had stuff like Sonic Boom, stuff like that. And that's just. It was rushed because I think the way Sega genuinely see it is that as soon as they have a hit, they can then just do what they want with their next game, and they can't. They need to really work on it. So they've done really well with Mania. Now Forces is coming out on the 7th of November. So I'm hoping that I'm not disappointed by Forces, because right now the trailer doesn't excite me that much. It was interesting. It was nice to see classic Sonic back, but when it had the reveal of the new character and you have your own customer characterization, you have your own character customization is what I mean. I think it could go one of two ways. I think it's good because a lot of the community of Sonic already does that with their art. If you go onto DeviantArt and search Sonic, there's so much out there. It's people making their own. It's their own version of Sonic characters, you know. But my concern is there's only so much you can do where you like play to your audience. You have to, you have to do what's right for the game as well. And if they've incorporated it well into the game, and it's not just you motherfucker. I don't remember that happening. So if they incorporate the customization well into the game, then I think they have no issue. If they do it and it doesn't, and it just feels like it's slapped on there, then I think we have a real issue. And I don't think Sega will be done because they seem to always come back no matter what the issue is. But I think Sega will be in a place where I think fans have had enough. I think that fans are the second that a fan has the second the fans are given another game that is like Sonic Boom or Sonic 06, I think that's it. I think they're going to give up with Sonic games because I think a lot of the fans that there used to be have already left because have already given up on Sonic because of 06 and because of Sonic Boom and stuff like that. I just pray that Forces is not another one of those and that it is more of a Generations. It doesn't have to be amazing. Even if it's only 50 or 60% out of 100 on some reviews, I think that'll be fine. But it needs to be good. Because Sonic Mania's come out, that's been great. And I think people are hoping for that, just in a 3D environment. Something that plays well, where you feel like you're in the game and that you're not just watching it. And I think they can do that. I think they really can do that. But they have to be really careful where they step with this customization of characters as well. Anyway, right, I've talked for long enough now. So that was Ice Climbers. Yeah, I'd say give it a try. Why not? If you enjoy retro games and you haven't played it yet, give it a try. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video whenever I end up doing that. Thank you very much.